I'm not trying to trick you. I just don't want you to come up here sounding like a choir boy when you tried to evade the police. They could have charged you and should have charged you with fleeing and eluding. You got it? Can we agree to that? Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
What are you here on?
Oratorius Johnson, was sentencing, I'm ready for that.
Perfect.
This one.
Oratorius Johnson, or Oratorius Brandon Johnson, 26B 1501988A, and B and C.
GOP 8237, we have Mr. Johnson, station.
Oratorius Johnson.
He's another one that gets himself in a lot of trouble, huh? I mean, these are suspend, I guess, just going back to 16, but what's he doing with opiates that weren't prescribed? I mean, he pled guilty. I'm not going to take it under 7411. He's got another case where he had one. I'm prohibited from doing that. He's got another drug conviction. I don't know if we covered that, but I'm not going to take that under 7411. It's good.
I've never had any pills.
2014. I didn't say pills. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was marijuana.
No.
2014.
I can't do it. So if you want to go talk to the prosecutor again, you can. If you want to tell me, Judge, we'll just accept that as a plea as charged, that's fine. I will still honor the other charge, the resist and obstruct under 771.1 that he pled to. And that was back on, what day did I take that plea? What day did I take that plea? I wasn't very good with noting this, Heather. Heather, it looks like on June 17th. So I took that plea.
Yes, Judge, it was.
June 17th. And you can just tell me what he wants to do.
He wants to move forward with the sentencing.
So you acknowledge and understand that this conviction for possession of a controlled substance will go on your record, that I'm not going to take it under section 771, I'm sorry, section 7411. The conviction will immediately enter. It will be on your record. And it's not going under that statute, and I will sentence you on that case. Do you agree to that?
Yes.
And you acknowledge I need not take a plea again, counsel?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'm just give me a second to make a note. Case not taken per 7411. Please make a note of that, Heather, because defendant had prior drug charge in 2014, prior drug conviction in 2014. So I'm just going to go ahead and sentence you anew on that. And with that, counsel, we have a plea as charged, possession of a controlled substance. We have a plea to resist, hinder, and obstruct an officer. And that's going to be taken under section 771.1. And then there was an expired plate charge that the prosecutor agreed to dismiss file C. So I'm only going to deal with files A and B. Have you had a chance to review the report with them, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
We have, Judge, there are no additions, deletion, or correction.
Anything that you would like to say on his behalf?
Yes, Your Honor, as the report said, he is employed, he has a couple of children. I would ask for the court, if the court is going to order any days on that court work program, if the court would take into consideration that Mr. Johnson does work full time. He does like to spend time with his kids on the weekends, so I would just ask if the court would take that into consideration. Other than that, I would ask if the court would adopt probation as recommendation.
Anything that you would like to say?
Apologize for the time that I took for the report. I do have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old that's autistic, which I take care of. The mother is not working at the time. I don't do any drugs. Everything I have done is marijuana. I have a marijuana card. The pills that I did have in the card, that was in my possession, but I don't take any type of prescription pills, or I don't drink alcohol or anything like that. And I do agree with what you said, the other case about violence, so I just wanted to let you know.
Well, that's nice to know, but why would you have possession of something if you don't use it? Why would you have possession of opiates that were not prescribed to you, that you reported you obtained from another individual? Why would somebody acquire something You have to take your hat off, please, sir. Why would somebody acquire something and have it in their possession if you're not gonna use it?
Time, Your Honor, they was the person that was fixing on the car that wasn't mine. It was a new car, and when I was dropping the car off, I was taking everything out of the car, and I did put them in my pocket. The person who prescribed me had a prescription for them, and at the time, I did have an eruption period off things, and they wouldn't prescribe me anything.
So you were just gonna self-diagnose?
Yeah, they only gave me some antibiotic drops, so that was in the lot of things. Never got a chance to take. I didn't even know exactly what they were, so I didn't have any intention on like had to look or not, but I haven't taken any type of medication in years.
So you drive out to Ann Arbor every day?
Yes, sir. I work for a nonprofit in Ann Arbor. Recently, I've been there about 10, 12 years, 10 to 11 years. Drop about 40 minutes from Trenton to Ann Arbor.
And are you primarily, you still have, but you still reside, correct me if I'm wrong, with the mother of your children?
Yes, we've been together about 15 years.
Okay, so does she work?
She was working for,
I didn't ask you.
oh, no, not right now, she's not working. We have a 1-year-old that she's taking care of full time, and so she's not working.
You gonna straighten out your life here?
I thought, yeah, I haven't been in trouble in a few years, so I know you've been.
But then you tried to evade the police, right?
No, actually,
You didn't try to evade the police? You told me at the time of the, hang on. I asked you what the basis for the resist and obstruct was. You said you didn't stop when you knew they were trying to pull you over. Do you want me to go listen to the tape?
no, you're not there.
Well, is that what happened or is that not what happened? I'm not trying to trick you. I just don't want you to come up here sounding like a player boy when you tried to evade the police. They could have charged you and should have charged you with fleeing and eluding. You got it? Can we agree to that? I don't want him just to tell me he agrees if he doesn't agree. I'm not trying to trick anybody here. That's not what my purpose is. I just want to have a discussion with you and try to figure out why I think that you're going to do better. And I can't say I see a lot of reasons on that right now. All right, counsel, what else? Anything else that you want to say? I mean, if I'm missing something, feel free to tell me, Judge. I don't think you're looking at this right.
So Your Honor, that night, it was dark outside. Mr. Johnson did see police. I don't think it was an intentional invasion at first. It was he thought they were behind somebody else, but it was dark and you got all these police lights behind you. So once he realized it, which was a mile or so later, he did pull over. But it wasn't an initial, I'm gonna run from the police.
Well, at some point he had that mindset. Is that true or false? If it's false, then I shouldn't have never have taken the plea. Right?
It was a situation, again, Judge, it was dark. You got all these.
I know, but I'm just asking you, if he wants to withdraw his plea because he doesn't think he did anything wrong, I thought at the time he told me he drove when the police were following him, and I'm not trying to, listen, I'll let you withdraw your plea right now if you want. If I made a mistake by accepting a plea that I shouldn't have accepted, I'm gonna let you withdraw your plea.
Yeah.
I thought you told me at the time of the plea because I couldn't understand the basis for the resist and obstruct because you didn't provide me any in the beginning. Was that yes, you knew the police were coming after you and you continued to drive. Did you tell me that or not? I'm just asking you, did you tell me that or not? I know how I do things and I know I don't take pleas when there's not a factual basis. I know I don't do that. If I do, I've made a mistake. And if I've made a mistake, I'm going to rectify that mistake and allow you to withdraw your plea right now. And I'm serious about that. In fact, I'll let you go talk to him about that. I'll be glad to do that because I don't want to take a plea from anybody to anything that's a criminal charge of any kind if they didn't commit the act. And I thought that's what he told me. If I misunderstood, it's my fault. I'll accept responsibility. I'll let him withdraw his plea. We can go back to square one. and you can go back and negotiate with the prosecutor. But I thought I heard him say that. If he didn't say that, then that's my fault.
Well, Judge, I think what he said was he knew they were behind him and he should have pulled over. I guess even just to be sure that they were behind him.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
I don't want you to say anything right now without talking to your lawyer. Would you talk to your lawyer first and make sure that we think that you're guilty of that offense? Because if I misunderstood what he said to me, I do not want to go forward with the sentencing on the RNO. And in fact, if he's not guilty of that, maybe the prosecutor can reevaluate, decide she wants to dismiss that case. I don't know. But I'm not going to take pleas and then have somebody come in at sentence and tell me something different than what I thought they said. So if he said something that I misunderstood, my fault, I take responsibility, and you guys can go back and talk to the prosecutor. But I think you should talk to your lawyer before you say another thing, okay? And again, so you got 2 charges, and if he doesn't feel like he's guilty of the RNO, I don't even plea. Okay? Thanks.
In this courtroom, the judge carefully listened to every detail before reaching a decision. The court showed patience, fairness, and respect for both sides, while ensuring that accountability remained at the center of justice. The judge's words reflected the importance of responsibility, self-control, and respect for others. Rather than acting on emotion, the court relied on facts, evidence, and the rule of law. This case serves as a reminder that justice is not only about punishment, but also about protecting victims, encouraging accountability, and maintaining public trust. The courtroom once again demonstrated why fairness and law matter in society.
In a tense courtroom exchange, the judge showed clear frustration after learning that a key witness was discovered on the very day of trial. The court criticized the last-minute request for a delay and questioned how such an important